For the past 5 years, I wake up every day at 5 a.m. But it wasn't the case for my whole life, and people used to call me sleepyhead, and I used to depend a lot on sleeping. And if I wouldn't sleep my hours, I would feel really destroyed, I would have no energy, and it would just spoil my whole day. But 5 years ago, my life has changed, and since that moment, I wake up 90% of all my life for the past 5 years at 5 a.m. Whenever I tell people that that's my normal life and that's my normal routine, they're like, B, how do you do that? So I decided to make this video and answer some of the questions and tips and tricks, if you can say so, how to wake up at 5 a.m. and to make it as your lifestyle. One thing that I had to admit to myself that I do need my 7 to 8 hours of sleep, otherwise I would feel really destroyed, and my day, the whole day is gonna be spoiled. So this thing I really had to admit, so I'm not one of these sleeping elite or like not sleeping elite. There is like a special term for people who can sleep 4 hours and the next day they're gonna be fit and feeling 100%. I'm not one of these lucky people, and I really need my 7 to 8 hours to sleep in order to function 100%, so I'm fresh, fit, and I feel good. You guys, if you're struggling with yourself to sleep less, maybe it's just not your thing, and your body really needs a certain amount of hours to be able to feel 100%. It really depends on the personality. You just can experiment and sleep for 1 week 8 hours, for another week 7 hours, and maybe even for 6 hours, and just to find out how your body feels and what is your normal amount of hours that you need to sleep. Coming back to the story, how it all happened, how I started to wake up at 5 a.m. The story goes back to the period of my life when I was living in Bangkok. I was doing my internship there. So beside having 100% job, I wanted to do a lot of things and doing Thai boxing, sport, because I was living in one of this condo where you have gym inside and swimming pool. So I wanted to do sport. I wanted to go to the swimming pool. I wanted to go out with my friends. I wanted to travel. So there was a lot of things besides working full time that I really wanted to do. But I was waking up to half an hour literally before my work, and I was running to the office, and at 7 or 8 p.m. I was out of the office and I was already exhausted, destroyed, and all I wanted to do is to go back to my apartment, watch movies or watch some series, and that's it. And because I didn't have any power, and I started to actually analyze why I am like that, why I feel so exhausted all the time, why I cannot wake up earlier, even if I was setting my alarm earlier, but I was putting it on snooze all the time, and I was never able to wake up at least 1 hour before my work started so I can have decent breakfast and take a shower and get ready, not in a hurry, but on a slow pace. And I started to dig into that topic. What are people doing to actually being able to wake up some hours before your work starts, so you can have more time for yourself, and that the next day you don't feel exhausted because you didn't have enough time for sleep. The book that really helped me to find out answers to all of my questions, it calls The Miracle Morning. I personally recommend everyone to read this book because it gives you a lot of answers to all of your questions and inspire you to have this waking up early routine. The main message in this book is that you have to make your morning routine just right after you wake up as exciting as it was a morning before your birthday when you were a child. You know, do you want to go sleep so you can sleep fast, and then in the morning you can wake up and unpack your birthday gifts. This feeling, I think, is familiar to a lot of people, and so the message of this book was to create this type of routine that would make you exciting to wake up no matter at what time. Thing is, it doesn't mean that you have to do every single step that is recommended in this book, because I do not personally I tried in the beginning, but then it was too much for me, too much things to do in the morning. That's what was written in the book, because in the book you can get a lot of insights what to do in the morning to kind of change your life. But it shouldn't be the case for everyone, because what I really recommend you to do at this stage, to find things that gives you pleasure, that's really makes you happy and exciting to do in the morning, step by step, to incorporate it into your every single morning. In the morning when my alarm starts to ring, I do not put it on snooze. This is number one rule. It rings at 5, you have to wake up and stand up immediately after it rings. No matter how comfy your bed is, no matter how sleepy you are, and just get up, you know. And then I go straight to the shower. I do cold hot shower technique thing that really wakes your body, and this I really love to do that, because after the shower you have a lot of energy and it kind of really wakes your body. After the shower I go to the kitchen and I drink my warm lemon water. Meanwhile, I boil water for my first coffee, and then also I kind of prepare really fast breakfast in order to not spend much time on making breakfast, because that's something I don't really like. I bought a cooker or steam cooker, or that called something like that. So I just put my porridge there, pour water, and then leave it for 15-20 minutes so it cooks by itself and I don't even have to come and check. Then I really like to meditate. This is one of the things that really gives me energy, clean my thoughts. I know this is kind of sounds spiritual, but I'm not a professional meditator. I don't know, I do it with the flow, so how I feel, and it's not even kind of meditation. I just put a nice music on. I like to think about my goals, preparing for the day. This is one of the really exciting thing in the morning to do. So after meditation, it takes me like 10 to 15 minutes. I go and put a bit of makeup. I don't use a lot of makeup, so I don't like to spend much time putting makeup on you, getting dressed, and then after this I go straight to have a breakfast. And when I have a breakfast, it's the first time when I take my phone to check social media and whatever, because if you do it right after you wake up, it will take you ages to stand up from your bed, so do not do this. So when I have breakfast, I check my messages and I answer the most urgent ones, and then I switch to my laptop, and I really like scrolling through Medium, reading some articles, news, so I can also have some ideas for my posts, for my videos, and just, you know, to be updated what's going on in social media world, in digital marketing world. And basically that is all. And then I am off to work. This is the whole magic secrets behind this. So you just have to find out things that gives you pleasure in the morning and put them into your morning routine. And no matter where I am, no matter how tired I am, every single day I'm doing my routine. And even if I woke up a bit later because I went to sleep later, I'm still doing this morning routine, and it's just part of me. What is also important, beside having your morning routine set, you also have to have your evening routine, or before bedtime routine. So 1 hour before I go to sleep, and as I said, I sleep from 7 to 8 hours. 1 hour before I go to sleep, I switch my phone to airplane mode and set my alarm for the next morning. And I do not touch my phone, because first of all, that's already proven by British scientists. No, I'm joking. This is actually a proven fact that the screen lights from your mobile phone, from your smartphones, really distract your brain cells, and your brain is not functioning well, and then it's really hard to fall asleep afterwards, and many people have insomnia problems. So do not do that. And for the whole night I have my phone on the airplane mode, because I don't want to have any messages to pop up. I don't want to have any sounds. I really like to sleep in a pure silence. Put my phone away, and then this hour I like to drink my chamomile tea. I know it's weird, many people say that it's weird, but this is somehow makes me relax, and this is my evening routine. So whenever I go, I always take my chamomile tea so I can have my tea before I go sleep. And then in this hour I like to read books or listen to audiobooks. and that's it. So just 1 hour to relax and to listen to audiobooks. I also do plans for my next day, just that I do not forget what I have to do. And then I close my curtains entirely so I don't have any light coming into the room, and go to sleep. So this is the whole magic behind waking up at 5 in the morning. It's just all about setting this morning and before bedtime routine and make it as your lifestyle. And by the way, guys, I'm really curious, what time do you go to sleep and what time do you wake up usually in the morning? Is waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning as your goal for this year?